Hi guys, my name is Nonima Dikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Ubaloyi and how Ujudge Rata uses kid gloves for him, the treatment that he receives in that courtroom. Wow, Sanala. Oh, what a wow, what a wow. But before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you will be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let's get into the video. So yesterday, in fact, every day in that courtroom, one thing that we have noticed even today is that in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, we're witnessing something that goes to the heart of fairness in a courtroom. We do that all the time. In a line of evidence that was wholly irrelevant to the witness, Advocate Baloyi being handled with proverbial kid gloves by Ujudge Rata. And a judge who literally exclaimed yeses to an objection. He doesn't want the defense to object. But for Baloyi, and let's talk about the double standards that played out in front of everyone. And they played out every day. Every day, the double standards in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. And then also, one of the things, so here is what happened. Advocate Baloyi stood up and started a line of questioning that, quite frankly, had nothing to do with the witness in front of him. We are not talking about small side issue. We are talking about a line of evidence that was wholly irrelevant to be placed before the witness. It had absolutely nothing. And that evidence, the witness did not even understand what it was. He did not. It was irrelevant evidence. And Ujudge Rata decided he is going to be, he is going to make us say things that we are not supposed to do or say when it comes to our Nguni culture. But now you find yourself almost or even uttering words that you are never supposed to utter to an elderly person. But did the court clamp down on it immediately? No. Do you know Judge Ratawena? Did he call it out and say, counsel, this is not relevant to the witness? No. Baloyi was allowed to carry on and do as he pleases. Baloyi was allowed to carry on and do as he pleases with Ubabu Zungu yesterday. That was so, that made me mad, pissed off to say the least, because that was a total waste of time. And in that courtroom, Ubaloyi is that child, or Ubaloyi is being treated and being handled with a treatment of kid gloves by Ujudge Rata all the damn time. All the damn time. Ujudge Rata is going to interrupt the defense all the damn time just to please or appease Ubaloyi. Baloyi is being handled with proverbial kid gloves in that courtroom. That's what I'm trying to say. It means he's being treated with extreme care, gentleness, and leniency, even when he doesn't deserve it. In fact, throughout the entire trial, Ubaloyi does not deserve to be treated in leniency because he uses crooked means to do things. When it's Baloyi, we see patience from the bench, space to wander off into irrelevant territory, a gentle guidance instead of sharp correction. That's what we see all the damn time in that courtroom of Judge Rata. And when it's state versus defense with check marks and crosses, you will see this. But when it's the defense that is Ujudge Rata, guys, I've never seen something like that. Suddenly, Ujudge Rata becomes something else. Objections are cut short before the person can even actually say. The moment they start saying objection, he's already angry. He is already angry. He is already annoyed. He is already not interested, dismissive. That's Judge Rata for you. Questions are labeled as unnecessary or irrelevant. And the tone shifts. There is a tone also. It shifts very fast. If he was laughing with Baloyi, the moment Mnisi says, objection, my lord, or my lord, he changes, the facial changes, Danam. And the tolerance, the tolerance level dropped from 100 to 0 as unnecessary or irrelevant. And it drops dramatically, Sanalam. He is dismissive. The contrast is not imagined, guys. It's visible, it's audible, and it's happening in real time. Watch the case for 1 week for you to sit there and be frustrated like I am right now if you don't watch the case. Sit there, watch it for just 1 week, and you will see what I'm talking about. Judge Ratta ill-treating the guys. As if that is not enough, the yes moments. Yo, yes, yo, he does all of that. And then there was that moment yesterday. The judge's reaction to an objection, he literally exclaimed, yes. He literally exclaimed, yes, without hearing what was going to be said. Now think about that. A judge in a high-profile murder case or trial reacting out loud in that manner to an objection in the middle of proceedings. Yes. Yes is not a neutral word. It carries frustration and carries impatience, and it tells you exactly where the irritation is directed. And here is the key question that one needs to ask. Is that irritation ever directed at the state in the same way, or does it mostly land on the defense side all the time? In fact, not mostly, all the time. The question is, who is he frustrated with? And I get irritated because people, when they are trying in their frustration, they will say, no, Judge Ratta is old, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, why is he getting old when it comes to the defense? Why is he getting old when it comes to the defense, but not Baloyi? The double standards, they are on steroids, Gesana. They are on steroids, Gesana. All the double standards. Let's spell it out, the double standard that people are seeing. I'm sure I'm not seeing them alone. I'm not the only one who is seeing that. When it's the state, they are allowed to put irrelevant evidence before the wrong witness. They get explanations, patience, and gentle redirection from Judge Ratta, the so-called old man that is getting old in that witness box. When it's the defense, their relevance is questioned and aggressively. Their relevance is questioned aggressively. Get that? They are accused of wasting time. All the damn time. They are accused of that. Objections are treated like irritations, not legal tools. All the damn time. That's why you will find him saying yes to Judge Ratta. That is why you will find him saying yes. I don't know what he thinks objections are for in this 56 years experience of his. Didn't he get objections? I don't know. I honestly don't know. This isn't just about feelings or perceptions. This is about fairness, guys. That judge is not fair. When the public watches a trial, especially one as big as the Senzo Meyiwa matter, they are not just listening to evidence. They are watching how the court behaves. It seems as if Judge Ratta doesn't give an F about that. Oh, he doesn't give an F about that. If one side is constantly given room to stumble, recover, and continue, while the other side gets hammered for every misstep, the question becomes, is justice being seen to be done? For instance, today in court, Babu Zungu mentions that he wanted to make sure with his family members about the wedding, who was there and who wasn't. She phoned. Oh, Judge Ratta had a meltdown, guys. He had a meltdown. I'm going to do a separate video about that. He had a flippant meltdown about that. No, suggesting that he is not going to consider the evidence of Absalom Zungu. Hell no, sir. Hell no. If it means we are going to inquire, we will. Review? Yes. It will be needed. This is the same judge who was allowing people to change their Abo Mangena, Abo Gininda, Abo Zungu, Abo Mukhot. Yay! He was allowing them. So he must give the same grace to these ones too. It happens. I remember, especially Lena Mangena. Umangena was asked about Gininda by late Mgomezulu, and then he went on a break and come back and corrected the answer that he gave. So why is it a crime when it's Babuzungu? Why is it a crime? Ujudge Rata, no. No. Why does this matter? Because this trial is not happening in a vacuum, guys. The country is watching. The family is watching. Legal minds are watching. Every yeses, every eye roll, every moment of indulgence towards the state and impatience towards the defense chips away at public confidence. So today's incident wasn't just about irrelevant evidence. Even yesterday, it was about the imbalance in how each side is treated. In the court, if the court appears to favor one side, even unintentionally, the legitimacy of whatever verdict eventually comes out will always be questioned. Of course, we are going to question. And that's dangerous, not just for this case, but for the entire justice system. And seemingly, Judge Rata doesn't care about any of that. He doesn't care about any of that. So what did we say we see today? A line of evidence that was wholly irrelevant to the witness by Advocate Baloyi. That was yesterday, guys, not today. Ne? And Advocate Baloyi being handled with kid gloves. A judge who reacted with yeses to an objection. So tell me, where does that take us? How does that make people feel as a country that is watching? You tell me in the comment section, do you think there's a double standard in how the state and the defense are treated? Are we still watching a neutral court or a courtroom where one side is softer, it has a softer landing? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. If you want unfiltered commentary on every twist and turn of the Senzo Mewa trial, please make sure you stick around and comment. Until next time, stay informed, stay critical, and keep watching the court, because sometimes the behavior of the bench speaks louder than the words in the witness box. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.